for speed! Go!
Hey everybody, it's time. It's time for cocktail time. It's so exciting. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Sunday, so it's time to drink and talk about video games. I am Joseph Christ, host of Cocktail Time, and with me, as always, on my lower right is Bob. How are you doing, Bob?
Good.
Good.
Doing, yeah, tired. Good.
I'm tired too. I have a splitting headache. Splitting headache. I actually think I set my mic up properly. And also with us tonight is Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, what's up?
Nice. So, yeah, it was my birthday this weekend.
Oh.
So I partied a little bit last night, and I have a horrible, horrible headache. So basically, you guys are just... I'm going to take a nap. Let me find a... There we go. All right, so... All right, you got this, Bob?
No.
All right, you just go ahead, and I'm just gonna.
This can just be cocktail time nap edition where we just all fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm just.
This is for 2 hours power nap.
Like when David used to cast himself sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, you play that. God, well, you used to play that the scuba diving game, right? What was that called? Yeah, I remember this cast.
Yeah. I used to play Eternal Ocean or something.
Yeah, that's
Eternal
it.
Ocean.
Endless is Eternal Ocean or Endless Ocean?
Endless
like
Ocean.
That, yeah.
Endless sleeping. Well, they should have called it. So, how you doing, Jeff?
I am good.
I'm sure you guys are in much better shape than I am. Look at that leather couch.
Nice, right?
It's a man's couch. That's what that is.
It's huge.
It's
My
gorgeous.
gaming seat.
That's good. That's good. All right, so let's jump into our toast of the week. What do you think? Jeff, let's start with you for this week.
Okay. My toast this week goes to Muramasa Demon Blade. And
Okay.
who did that? Was that a
Vanillaware. Yeah, I think it was Vanillaware.
Game? Yeah. I played it on the feed on a whim, and I had it. I'd never really played it. I played it for like 20 minutes prior when I originally owned it, and it's fucking awesome Wii game. So toast goes to them, just because I think they deserve some love. And I feel like in a time where we're like transitioning consoles, you could still like get some good shit on the ones we have, especially the Wii, since most people think it's garbage. Like there's a really fucking cool game there. So
I like the way you say garbage. Garbage. It's a bunch of garbage. I always feel like you should be giving me instructions for robbing a bank.
What you do is you go in the back. There's a man with a truck.
By the garbage. The truck's by the garbage.
And then the instructions is to leave the bag over there by the garbage. Jump in your car and drive 3 blocks down Conway.
Right. In the garbage truck. Very nice. How about you, Bob?
Crap. Well, my toast last week was, I think I toasted my vacation for this week.
You did. I think.
And-
I only watched a little bit
yeah.
of the last 3 shows.
I don't know. Were you on last show? Yeah.
Yeah, I was. That's the one we haven't put up yet. 'Cause we...
Right. Too busy. So the reason we've been so busy is why I'm toasting is to the new site, because holy shit, that's coming out awesome.
Yeah. Basically, Bob's been working the entire week.
Yeah.
And that leads. My toast is actually to Bob for doing the site. So basically, as some people may know, we're trying to always improve things here at 4Player, and a big thing we've been talking about for quite a while now is a new website. This fabled new website that everyone's been muttering about. So anyway, it's finally actually almost done. It's getting toward being almost done, and Bob has basically written us an entire new backend from scratch. So
yeah, it's taken a while.
there's a lot of junk in that trunk.
There is a lot of junk in that trunk.
So, and it's very cool. There's some really cool features coming to the new website. It's going to do some really good stuff. It's going to do a much better job at pushing content toward everyone. Right now, you go to our site and you go to an article, and there's really not much to look at after that article. You have to kind of back out all the time. And now, like, you kind of get sucked into moving forward. I mean, I'm helping to work on the site, and I start clicking on stuff because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that news story. Oh, I remember that article we did, and before you know it, 20 minutes has gone by, so it works out pretty well. And I've done about 12 hours of database building this weekend.
Yeah,
like
you spend a lot of time on that database.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. So my toast to Bob for putting in a week's worth of work, and longer than that. I was working on it for a while.
I also took another week off like a month or two ago to do it. Mm-hmm. It's been just a lot of work.
Yeah. Luckily, Bob is brilliant. So
yeah, that helps.
So that's my toast. So that was a quick toast. What are you drinking, Bob?
What the fuck am I drinking? God, I'm just so out of it that I can barely remember what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of things. Let me see if I can show you guys. First off, I got my coffee, which is
That's what I got too. We both have our coffee because we're just exhausted. Mine's just hazardous liquid on it.
Mine's just silver.
Very nice.
That's it. But it's got a little bit of Bailey's and butterscotch schnapps in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
And I also got a beer. This is the homebrew that exploded everywhere. And it's tasty. It's really good.
Nice.
So other than that, I got my shot here, which of course I'm gonna show you guys my crotch because it's so wonderful.
Oh yeah.
This week I'm going back to the nasty ones, working down the list. So we got 150 or not 151. Jesus Christ, not 151. Tequila, sambuca, and hot sauce. And this is a flatliner.
Oh, okay.
And
I like the inclusion of hot sauce in these drinks. It's something I've never tried. I've actually only tried.
It's horrible. It's really bad. Like all the shots that I've had with hot sauce just are fucking awful. And that reminds me, I have no bucket to puke into.
You have no toilet.
No, I have no toilet.
I have to sell my toilet.
I need to share my flatliner.
I think the only time I've ever had hot sauce in a shot was
it's awful.
when I was drinking those bull shots many years ago.
Oh God! Right, I remember you telling us about the bull shots.
Yeah, no.
Here, I got it. This is my brewing bucket.
Oh,
it's a good 5-gallon bucket. So no matter how much I vomit in here, I'm never going to fill it.
Yeah, you would have to take it to the hospital. Dude.
Oh yeah, no. If I threw up more than 5 gallons of liquid from just this one shot, that would be amazing. I'd be like the David Copperfield of vomit.
Mm-hmm.
That is not something I want to aspire to.
So it's equal parts. Copperfield of vomit. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
You're vomiting and doves are coming out.
Yeah.
Rabbits.
I didn't eat corn! Ta-da!
Ta-da!
God damn it, this one's like...
You alright there, Bob? Having some...
Oh, no, I'm good.
Having some troubles?
Yeah, it's performance anxiety. So we got our equal parts sambuca, tequila, and of course, to top it all off, I gotta throw that little hot sauce in there. Oh, probably should get some actual Tabasco sauce, since that's what all these call for.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little more vinegary.
Well, not only that, but it's not as viscous as like that stuff you're using right now.
Oh, yeah. Now this stuff is pretty viscous. Okay, that's more than enough. These are like little balls of hate in there.
Well, I think
they really are terrible.
I think once again, if you do it fast enough,
no. The worst things. This is why I hate these shots. Is that you see the bottom on there?
Mm-hmm.
They all sit there. They all go to the bottom there.
Yeah.
They're fucking waiting for you at the end. So when you swallow it all down, they are the last thing that coats your tongue in the back of your throat.
Right.
It's fucking awful. They look like little like salmon roe. It's awesome.
It does look like salmon roe, exactly.
It's a little caviar.
Wow. All right, should we do this?
Smells good.
I just have a little vodka drink here. All right. 1, 2, Bob.
Hey.
2, 3. Excellent. All right. Now, how was that, Bob? How was that treating you?
Ooh. It's getting more complex the longer it takes.
How many
man.
after flavors does that have?
At least 3.
At least 3.
It's like, oh god, it's weird because it's got the sambuca in there. So it's got that really kind of licoricey flavor.
Oh yeah.
And then the tequila hits, and it's like kind of that weird.
And then the hot sauce.
And then the hot sauce, yeah. Why do people fucking feel like they need to put hot sauce into shots?
I don't know. I have no idea. I did look like salmon roe. It reminds me. I went to. So it was my birthday yesterday, and I went to this all-you-can-eat sushi buffet, but like Asian buffet type of thing. But it's kind of like high class. It's not like an old country buffet or something like that. You know, it's like really good fish, and they have Korean food and regular Chinese food, and then some Japanese food. But I ate so much sushi, it was like a fish holocaust in my belly. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. So it was called it's called Bluefin Sushi, I think, or Bluefin or something like that. They might be a chain. So they're actually.
Is it nearby where you live?
It's about 10 minutes away, a car drive.
Okay. I was gonna say we're gonna be out there for PAX, so we should totally get some rockin' sushi.
Yeah, no, well, there's sushi. There's tons of sushi everywhere here, like walking distance.
Yeah, I know. I was staying when I was out there for PAX Prime last year. I stayed in the hotel that had. It's like kingfisher or something in the... No, that's
dragonfish.
Dragonfish, there we go.
Yeah, there's that, and there's a blue sea sushi nearby, which is the conveyor belt sushi, which is my personal favorite, because I like getting little dishes of other little things. And
well, I like to pretend I'm making a wall around me by just eating as much sushi as I can and building up slowly.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of what this buffet place was like, but it was pretty good. It's not that expensive either, considering that you're gorging yourself with like pretty good fish. You know, they did poke salad. Is that how you say it? Poke salad? That's a poke
salad.
It's a tuna salad thing with a little vinegar.
Yeah, except that's more So I think that it's more of a Hawaiian thing than a Japanese thing.
Is it? Okay. Well, this was all like Asian food, like all the Asian food you can eat, and lots of Asian people were there.
Well, that's how you know it's good.
That's how you know it's good. That's like when you go to Old Country Buffet and there's a lot of fat white people. You know? This was like all like hot Asian people. So
that's definitely a plus. Are you sure they weren't employed there?
No, they definitely weren't. But see, and the good thing about this is like you're going and you're doing something that's very American, which is eating as much as you possibly can, but it's like it's still somewhat good for you. It's somewhat healthy because it's fish. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going and having 18 buckets of gravy and fried chicken and mashed potatoes. It's like I've eaten three complete tunas, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, you're just ingesting more than your daily amount of mercury.
Oh no, I'm actually. It was hot today, so I'm taller. That's how much mercury I have inside of my body. So, let's talk about some games. How about we do that?
Okay.
Should we?
I didn't play anything this week.
What did you play, Bob? You played the coding game.
I played the coding game. I actually did play one thing.
What did you play?
The time I did have time to play. Did I broadcast this week?
You played Steel Battalion Club.
Oh God, no! That was Sunday. Oh Jesus Christ! It's a fucking terrible game. I played MineZ.
Oh yeah, the DayZ Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's interesting. It's not as good as I would have hoped. It's like they basically recreated DayZ and Minecraft and took all the fun components out of Minecraft. Like there's you can craft things, but you can't actually create structures.
Oh, that's too bad.
So there's no freeform building.
Why would they take that out?
Because they're trying to strictly adhere to the whole DayZ formula. I have no idea.
That's silly.
Well, the other thing would be like Like, it would basically just become a giant griefing machine where people would go onto a server, build these huge structures, or just create these death traps for people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In which case, you're walking through the forest, and then all of a sudden, pressure plate, all the floors drop out from you, and then you're just in a pool of lava. All right.
Right. Well,
I lost all my gear.
I mean, you could put some limits on it, but I think still building structures should be. I mean, in there, but
yeah. No, I definitely. If they had it, like one things they could do to improve it is allow you to build structures, but also allow the zombies to break down structures. And I'm not talking about just breaking through doors in a hard mode,
right.
but like actually destroying blocks or like trying to get through blocks. Or I'd have like zombie miners. That would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they have actual pickaxes and they'll like try to pick through a wall. They'll do it maybe slower than a person does it, but also allow you to have like wall-mounted crossbows or something that you can use to fight against them.
Right.
But it's just that's a lot of stuff, and it's more than just clients or server side, because this is just server side stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you log into the server and they have everything is just done on the server side, which is kind of surprising given how much they're able to do.
Right.
But it's you'd have to like add more models and like more interesting textures and whatnot. But you can make it a cool game. But right now it's just okay. I'm gonna go get some armor and get some weapons. Oh no, someone griefed me. Hey, I respawned. Oh, someone griefed me. Because people are all dicks in MineZ.
Really?
Everybody's a dick in MineZ.
Well, everyone's a dick in DayZ, aren't they?
It's worse in MineZ.
Really?
Oh yeah. Everybody kills everybody in that game. Yeah. It's Minecraft. People don't care about it.
The dangerous, dangerous world filled with scum and villainy.
Yeah, well, it's you can't. It's really hard to stay alive because it's also you. The better army you get is more northward.
Uh-huh.
So you start in the southern part of the map and you can move northward through, and you got your leather stuff is down below and there's chests and whatnot, stone swords and all that crap, and then you move up, then you get to chainmail and you get to iron swords and whatnot, and then you move up even further north and you get to full plate mail and diamond swords and all that, and you just it scales in difficulty as you go up, but it also gets harder to find food, it's harder to find resources, and the people up there will just kill you.
They just kill.
Like they don't even ask if you're friendly or not. They'll just go and kill you.
What do you think? Do you think it's like the 8-bit graphics that brings out the animal within them? Do you think that's what it is?
I think people have an easier time being dicks in Minecraft because it's so cartoony.
That's what I mean. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's Minecraft. It's fucking Minecraft. You go around and you build blocks and you stab people.
How do you do that? What is that?
That's what you do in Minecraft.
It's a Minecraft sound.
Yeah, you pick up blocks and make stuff and you stab people.
That was the name. I think that's the sound John Wayne Gacy made before he stabbed boys as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Stab a boy.
That's how you knew it was coming.
That's how you knew it was, and he was coming apparently.
Yeah, no, it's both ends.
They're both coming from everywhere. Just can't stop coming. John Wayne Gacy can't stop coming. I just picture him in his clown outfit and his giant gut. In case you haven't realized it, Jeff, Bob and I are a little out of it tonight.
Yeah.
This is fun.
So MindZ, it's a hard.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
It's fun for like 20 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. Like it's not something I would invest a lot of time into because there are like giant zombies up north you can go and kill and get some awesome gear, and there's some interesting structures you can explore. But the world is small enough that there's not too much to do. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can't build. It's the same problem that DayZ has in the fact that they are trying to copulate. Well, that's not the same thing. Copy the formula.
MineZ and DayZ are copulating.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. In the way that they're trying to copy the DayZ formula, they fall into the same problem that I've been talking about with DayZ. Mm-hmm. Is that once you get your gear, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grief people. Yeah, like that's the only thing to do. There's no end game.
Yeah, you're basically gearing up to kill people.
Yeah, but with Minecraft, you have that the option to actually create environments and create fortresses and actually do this whole creative thing where you can do a constructive goal, where you can actually have people like, all right, we're going to go build a town, and we're going to start gathering these resources. We're going to have farms. We're going to have crafting tables. We're going to have, a bunch of iron bars and a bunch of resources we collected throughout the environment and brought back to our fortress. And you just like with that, you actually create a resource that other players want. So you can create a community, and then have communities versus communities, and you can get really kind of interesting dynamics. So imagine like if you were doing, do you remember Onslaught mode from Unreal Tournament?
No, I don't.
That's a wonderful noise.
I don't remember Onslaught mode. Onslaught mode.
Yeah, it's well, it was basically there were bases that you would have. You could get vehicles. This is their sort of like tribes version of mode, where you get vehicles and you could assault bases.
Right.
I think that's the Onslaught mode. But like with that kind of that once you have these bases constructed and you have these valuable resources, you actually create another metagame on top of there where people are, instead of just trying to survive, because once you learn how to survive, it's not hard. But once you get past that point, you have this other metagame of like, let's control these villages. Like, oh, they just built this awesome town that has a bunch of resources in there.
And Unreal, this is Unreal Tournament?
Take it over. No. I was just saying like with like Minecraft.
I was going to say
Unreal. No. That would sound really cool.
Yeah, like wow, I didn't know Unreal Tournament had all this. This is.
Well, no, Onslaught mode is basically like you would take over base points, and you would do you have to destroy them, or you take them over and you gain points?
It's like
I can't remember.
like Dominion in
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, but either way, like you have those. There are multiplayer modes like this that are really fun. But you can actually create that into the game without it being the entire objective of the game.
Yeah.
You just have it be another metagame on top of the system that people can play. You don't need rules for it. You don't need points. It's just a kind of a resource control.
Well, it seems like they weren't interested in really going that far with this. They just kind of wanted to plop Daisy into Minecraft and,
Well, the thing is, like, the constructive ability is there.
Well, yeah, it's sure.
You can create stuff.
Like in Daisy, you'd have to implement it from whole cloth, whereas in Minecraft, it's already in there. So
yeah, it seems like with very little effort, they could create a version of it, or at least have sections of the map that you could modify, and allow people to create kind of like a player constructed zone.
Right.
And then have the zombies come in at waves, maybe at night, have them go crazy and start attacking the villages.
Right. Well, that's basically what Fortnite's going to be doing.
Yeah. That's keep going back to like Fortnite, but I don't have high hopes for Fortnite because we haven't seen shit. We've seen the trailer, that announcement trailer. Like when was that came out? That was last E3.
That was
not this year. Last year. Or was that last PAX Prime?
It was PAX Prime.
It was.
Yeah, it was PAX Prime.
So it's been almost a full year. I wonder if they're going to show something at this PAX Prime.
It'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know. We haven't seen anything, but Epic's a really good developer. So I do have high hopes in their stuff.
Well, I hope they're looking at this whole DayZ and MineZ and WarZ formulas and seeing like what they can learn from that.
I think. I mean, they are. I mean, developers usually don't develop in a vacuum. Unless you're developing to human. But other than that,
yeah. Well, unless you're Mythic as well, apparently.
Oh man. So have you
like they would? Yeah. Did you hear the horror stories about when they were developing Warhammer Online?
No, I haven't.
Like the lead designer did not want anyone playing other MMOs.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they might have good ideas.
Exactly. I think they just didn't want to be influenced by it. At least that was the rumor I heard out of that, like from like one or two disgruntled employees, that they just would get chastised if they were caught playing other MMOs. They're caught cheating.
Oh my god.
So,
I mean,
I don't know. That's like one of the stupidest things you can do.
Oh, I know. I mean, influence is not a bad thing. It shouldn't be shunned. I mean, other people do good stuff as well.
Yeah. You can be original and as well as take the good parts of their games.
That's true. So, have you been playing anything else besides MindZ? MindZ.
Dungeon Defenders.
Oh, I've been hearing about that game forever, and haven't. Isn't it like a It's like a racing game, right? It's like kind of like
What?
like Gran Turismo, except you're driving cars through dungeons, right?
That's what the fuck are you talking about?
And-
What game is this?
And you have Hulk Hogan in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
and you have to try to get to the end of the dungeon before he finishes whacking off. So it's like it's a time thing, isn't it? It's. I heard about this game.
No.
That would be a great game though. So it's a dungeon crawler racing game. It's a wrestling dungeon crawler racing timed racing game, and you have to get to the end of the dungeon before Hulk Hogan finishes whacking off.
Ooh, brother.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, at the end he's like, "Ooh, brother," and the whole car fills up. The entire car.
Oh god.
The entire car
And
fills
as
up
soon
with
as
this.
I come, brother, as soon as I come, the Hulkamaniacs will run wild.
You hear it? Thousands of little Hulksters out there cheering as my whack my cock off. And the whole car fills with semen and floats away. So I've heard of this game, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a. Yeah.
It's a car full of wrestlers' semen. So, what? Tell me about Dungeon Defender.
It's like a. It's a tower defense game, a lot like Orcs Must Die.
Mm-hmm.
There's I basically I think it's basically the same game, just a different skin and different character classes and abilities. But I don't know what the like I only played maybe Orcs Must Die very shortly. But yeah, it's a tower defense game with RPG elements.
Right.
You level up,
Right.
you increase your abilities, and you kill things.
Why did I think this was a... Now I'm being serious, but for some reason I thought this was a fighting game. I don't know why.
Are you thinking of Oh, there's a game I think I remember. I think I know what game you're talking about.
It's like a cartoony fighting game, but it's called like Dungeon...
Is it Dungeon...
Defensive
Dungeon...
Dungeons. You know, I still like my...
Dungeon Fighter?
I'm thinking of
Dungeon Fighter Online?
I'm thinking of Dungeon Fighter Online.
Yeah.
I don't know.
DFO.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? Actually, the game where you're driving the car with the jerking off wrestler sounds more fun than Dungeon Fighter Online.
Or Dungeon Defender.
You better believe it, brother.
Did you not? You didn't reach the end of the dungeon, brother. We're covered in my semen.
Oh, God.
There's so many good possibilities.
And it just sticks you, and you just kind of slog down, stop in the track. You can't go any further.
Or he jerks off multiple times in the car, and the more times he ejaculates, the car like swerves more. It gets slippery. Like the wheel gets slippery because you can't turn the car anymore.
Oh. How do we get to talking about semen, specifically Hulk Hogan semen?
Well, I think at least once a year, by law, you're supposed to talk about Hulk Hogan semen. Hulk Hogan semen. It's when they did the name change to WWE, it was part of that deal.
Oh, right.
So we're good for the next year. We don't have to talk about Hulk Hogan semen again for another whole year.
So does he rip his shirt off before or after he orgasms?
No, well, the power he ejaculates so hard that his shirt actually tears itself off. It is as his muscles get bigger, and it just it just explodes off of him, and his feet go through the bottom of the car. That's what happened. Are you a big fan of tower defense games normally, or no?
I like them. I like some. I don't play them too much. I played. Let's see. Most ones. The ones I played the most would be. What's it called? Defense Grid.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Sanctum. And this game.
Right. Have you ever played Anomaly Warzone Earth?
I was about to say that, Joseph.
That's a
Nope.
That's a good game. It's like a reverse tower defense.
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah. I think we've talked about it on a previous show, but you should try that one out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Is it on? Let me see.
It is on XBLA, and I believe pads. You know, it's
It's on our
it's in our database.
It's in our database. I just remembered that.
So you can look it up there.
Yeah, let me go look it up on our because I was like, wait, I saw this recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a Cocktail Time Live episode 1 is actually we mentioned it in there.
Amazing what you can do with the new website.
It's amazing.
We looked at the game and now we found all the content associated with it on the site.
That's crazy. It's like we planned it.
It's like you can find it's like we planned that you can find stuff now.
Yeah, and I could right now I could go listen to Cocktail Time or watch Cocktail Time Live episode 1.
Right, or we talk about it. We talked about it. You know, we don't talk about it in that game, in that episode. Hulk Hogan jerking off.
No, we don't. We're gonna have to tag this episode.
Does that go into does that go to a database too?
Well, real and imagined games go into the database as well. So we're gonna have to come up with a compelling name for this. Hulk Hogan
what would be a name?
jerk-off.
What would be a name for this? Oh man, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. My brain is not running on all cylinders tonight, so I think I spent whatever last inklings of fuel left just talking about the structure of the game. I don't know if I have anything left for the time.
That's it. You're tapped out.
I'm tapped out. Not to use a wrestling pun, but oh, someone in chat over at 4pp.tv said Hulkamania all over you would be a good name. Hulk Hogan Seaman Racers. Oh, I like it. Rad Gravity Hulk's Climax Racing. That's the one. Hulk's Climax Racing.
We're gonna have to. You know what? We're gonna have to start adding these into the games database. We're gonna have to find some way to tag them so people don't think they're real games.
I know.
We can get real cover art and everything.
Yeah,
and I'm like
something up real quick.
Just thought of something. Mm-hmm. His semen would be the Hulkamaniacs, and they would run wild on you.
Yeah. Oh man. So, what have you been playing, Jeff?
A lot.
Oh, good. So you can hold this show up because it's going a whole lot of nowhere right now.
Video games. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs. Hours and hours of Sleeping Dogs. We did the audible impression for it, and I like it. I like it more now than I did during the audible impression.
I'll tell you, the more I play that game, the more I like that game.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. That's better than the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposite would be bad.
Yeah. So I've just become I've become obsessed with doing the upgrade missions, like the drug busts and stuff, just to like level up those skill sets.
See, that's exactly.
I haven't done anything in the story mode, and I know now what you were saying about how that stuff is more fun and gives you a reason to do it in this game than it did in, like, let's say, Grand Theft Auto. You know?
Any other game, that stuff would be a nuisance, but in this game, it's great just because of the leveling that you do and the XP and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
The skill trees.
So that aside, I've been playing. I don't think I talked about Risen 2, but I played that since I've been on the feed, and I kind of put that away this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a Deep Silver game, right?
Yeah, it's garbage, dude.
I played preview code of that.
I wanted to love it because the pirate thing is so cool, like so cool. I love the setting of the game. I love the whole pirate idea. You know, you don't see that. We don't have pirate RPGs.
Real quick, over on 4pp.tv, Koshiro said, "Holy shit, I got to do a Hulk's Climax Racing cover." Koshiro, if you do that, if you actually make a cover and send it to me, I will put that in the game's database.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'll give you credit for the cover as well. All right, sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
What the fuck were we talking about? Hulk Hogan.
Risen 2. Risen 2.
Pirate games. Well, like the last pirate game I remember was Sea Dogs. Do you remember that shit?
Yes. Yeah.
It was an old boating game where you basically ferry cargo between places and you have fights with pirates.
Mm-hmm. The thing about it is, like, it doesn't. Risen 2 doesn't make me want to play it more than Sid Meier's Pirates. You know what I mean? And it should, because like we need that. We need like a good pirate RPG, something set outside of like medieval bullshit, you know. And this one just doesn't. The mechanics just don't hold up.
Now,
I played 8 hours of it. I had enough.
from what I remember for playing the preview code that I had, it's a pirate game where you don't actually pilot any ships. There's no real ships in this game.
So it's a pirate game where you aren't a pirate.
You go to the dock, and then it's like a fast travel thing.
Yeah.
What? Oh, come on. The boat fights are the best thing of the pirates. Like it's going out there, attacking the ships, jumping on the ships. Oh.
So yeah.
You know what the funniest part is, Bob, is that you can't even fucking swim. There's no open water reversal. If you fall in the water, you die and respawn.
He dies if he goes in the water. That's
the worst kind of pirate ever.
He's a shitty pirates. They should have named this game.
So yeah, I had 8 hours was enough for me. And then the last two things I've been playing was Persona 4 Arena.
Oh yeah.
I played that, last week.
It's very popular amongst the K-pop fanatics.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Right.
So
what I've been seeing on the Twitters.
Do you follow K-pop fanatics on Twitter?
Some people I follow on Twitter happen to be K-pop fanatics.
Right.
Right. Garbage. Visitors garbage.
This fucking shit's garbage. So
that should be like when we on the new website. I keep interrupting you, Jeff. I'm sorry, but when we do the new website, if we score anything like at a 1 or 0, ever, or like below a 10, it should just be a GIF of Jeffery right there going, "This fucking game's garbage."
Anyway, so I'd never played a Persona game besides this one, and I tried to jump into like the fucking story mode, and way over my fucking head, like none of the shit makes sense. It's literally 10 minutes of reading before you even get to a fight. I'm sure the Persona fans love it, but like I can't do that shit, especially not without knowing anything about the story,
So they're gonna drop you right in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, they don't, there's no like real good lead in. Everything seems out of context if you don't know what the fuck's going on in the Persona series.
Right.
But that aside, the game is fucking awesome. It's an Arc System Works game, so it plays fast like it. They got the air dashes and shit like that. It's a 4-button system, and what's cool about it is the buttons are 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, I played Blaze Blue straight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, the buttons were 1, 2, 3, 4 right across front line. Right. I got an 8-button stick, Yeah, so I usually play 4 flat, but this one you play it like crab claw style, 2 up top, 2 on the bottom, mm-hmm. and it makes complete sense the way it's designed. Your character's attacks, there's only 2. Light and heavy is on the left side, and then your persona is on the right side. So as you think about the controls, like it's simple to just think about it and do cool shit. You know what I mean? And it's so accessible. Like my girl could pick it up and fucking mash buttons and do awesome shit on screen. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like if I absorb the mechanics of the game, like, I'm still going to whoop her ass, but at least she got the benefit of, of being able to do cool stuff, flashy, awesome 13-hit combos.
That's like the Marvel vs. Capcom games are kind of like that as well. Like I suck at those games,
Same very, very fast. Mm-hmm. Maybe not as fast as Blaze Blue, but still faster than like Street Fighter. It's still an Arc System game. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm hoping that it does well, and from what I'm thinking, it's gonna do well. And it's cool that Arc System Works was with that one company that blended 2 genres, right? They took an RPG genre and they combined it with a fighting game and kind kind of crossed those two genre fans together.
Yeah.
And I think there should be more stuff like that.
How did the personas work? You just kind of call them in like a second
Oh,
fighter.
and there's cool stuff too. Like there's so many mechanics. I'll pick out the two, my most favorite parts of it. If you back up, if you're a bitch in this fighting game and you back up and you keep backing up,
Mhm.
it gives you a penalty. After a while, if you back up too much and you play too defensive, it gives you a penalty, like in your hit bar, where once you get hit, you can't recover from that section. You know what I mean? Because you defended, you played too defensive.
Yeah.
So that's really neat because you can't really, you can't be a fighter that lets someone spam and just backs away,
Right.
because you're still going to hurt yourself in the long run. And then the second thing is the personas. Like I said, there's only 2 buttons for them, and you just pretty much doing quarter circles forward and back and tapping one of the 2 buttons. You know what I mean? Simple, nothing too crazy. You don't see any Street Fighter like full 360s or 180 stick inputs. None of that shit. Just quarter circles for the most part. And then the personas, the second mechanic I like most is the personas have 5 hits. Like if you launch your persona attack out on me, I could stop. Like I could hit him as a parry, and it breaks your persona. Once he gets hit 5 times, he can't come back into the fight. So if you're a very defensive player and you wait for your opponent to spam his persona, you could take his persona out of the fight for 30 seconds and more than likely flip the script on the match if you were like your ass kicked, So, but other than that, like Arc System Work games I feel like they're like a masterpiece, especially visually. And that kind of good segue, that led me into my last game. So I had Muramasa Demon Blade sitting on my game shelf in the library forever, And I never really played it. I haven't played a lot of stuff on my Wii. It didn't get a lot of love, but I did buy the games like as I came across them because I always intend to play it,
Yeah.
And
like you can actually like see the dust on my DS, like literally. Let's see, can I? Oh, you can see where I put my finger.
Yeah.
Here. I'm just gonna do this.
Oh yeah! Wow! Yeah.
There it is. That's 0.4 DS. Anyway, go on.
And because of the graphics of like Persona and that 2D, hand drawn approach, I popped it in. I had this sudden urge to like see more of that. And dude, in an hour, Muramasa just grabbed me. Like it got its hooks in me quick, and like it's just a phenomenal game. It plays like an Arc System game. It feels like a fighting game like combat system mixed with a 2D like Metroidvania type like adventure game. Yeah. And I've never played any of Vanillaware's other stuff. Bob, you brought up Odin Sphere, was it? Odin Sphere?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the same thing? You saw me play Muramasa.
Very similar. It's you would probably be able to pick it up easy, given how it is. I don't know how the story structure is in Muramasa because you only really play like 1 or 2 characters, correct?
You play, okay, so that's the thing that bugged me out today because I didn't realize that until I booted it up. When you boot it up, you have the option to continue your first character or start the second character. And I guess like intertwine, like the stories intertwine. So I'm not 100% sure. I just started playing one character. I didn't really go the other way with the other character.
Yeah, it's exact same thing with Odin Sphere. So I think with Odin Sphere, you end up playing like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another 4 or 5 different characters you can actually play, and they all have intertwining storylines. Yep. It's really neat. It's really kind of cool. But the unfortunate thing is like because they intertwine, you end up going like you'll start with 1 character and it's 1 difficulty. They have a whole graph in the game like how the stories interact, And there's like a kind of a timeline, like when people start interacting with the stories with the other people, so you can actually figure out where certain points in time were with the one character's story arc was with another character's.
Right.
So it's this kind of whole complex system. But the unfortunate thing is that you have to go back through and play some of the same zones over again as a different character to get their portion of the story. So while it has that really neat intertwining storyline, and it gives you the option of playing the different characters, like you get the option of playing the different characters' storylines as you progress through the game. I'm not too sure. I think Muramasa is the only one that they had where you can, well, at least this of the style where you choose either to begin with one character or the other. I think in Odin Sphere you always have to start with the same character.
Yes,
I could be wrong.
Approach. Yeah.
Yeah, Vanillaware also did Grim Grimoire.
Yeah, Grim Grimoire.
But with Odin Sphere, they have the same system where you can buy food, you eat food, you can actually grow. But the crazy thing with Odin Sphere is you get these seeds, and as you kill things, depending on the seed, you can either kill things and have their souls and their energy feed the plant, or you can drop another plant that produces energy. So you can drop two plants next to each other, one that produces energy and one that absorbs it. And when the plant that absorbs it finishes, it'll produce some kind of object you can use. It'll be like food, or there's even a tree that'll produce sheep.
Wait, a tree producing sheep?
Yeah.
Why? How can a sheep? What?
They pop out of the tree.
They pop out of the tree?
Yeah.
But you have to get your seed on it first.
Yeah, you have to. So Hulk
Hulk
Hogan
Hogan comes out. He comes from he drives in on a cloud car from the sky.
They tag out. Hulk Hogan comes in.
He drives in on a cloud car, and he goes, "Oh yeah!" And he jerks off on the tree, and then the sheep pop out. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the bonus stage of Hulk Climax racing. Is you have to the sheep, he jerks off, and then the sheep, and then you have to capture as many of the sheep as you can in your bushel basket.
Yeah. Well, you can kill the sheep, and then you get mutton, and then you can actually use the ingredients to create. Actually, I think with the way that Odin Sphere works, you collect ingredients, and the ingredients you have and the ingredients you farm affect what kind of meals you can make.
What are you talking about?
Odin Sphere.
I've never played this game.
So there's a whole mechanic in there that you eat food to regain life and power.
Right.
And the food you can actually, you have base food that you can get from trees and whatnot, just dropping the world. But you have better food that you can craft.
Okay, right.
By combining ingredients, you can combine bread, cheese, and an egg to create kind of a McMuffin.
Is this I love Egg McMuffins.
Yeah,
sausage McMuffins are really good.
Yeah, you feel, yeah.
I never eat them because they're so bad for you, and it's McDonald's. It's not food. It's it's like dog food with something else on it. But they're so good. You know what you do if you're old hat at this? You get a sausage McMuffin from McDonald's, and then you get a what are they the potato things they have? What are the fucking
hash browns?
They get the hash brown, the looks like a fucking hockey puck that's been run over, and you take that and you put that inside the Egg McMuffin. Oh yeah. Yeah, you put the hash brown inside the sausage McMuffin, and that's good stuff. So is Odin Sphere MMO? It's a fighting game.
No, it's a fighting game. It's a side-scrolling fighting game.
What do you have, farming?
Side-scrolling brawler.
It's a side-scrolling brawler.
Games don't make sense tonight for some strange reason.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that the levels are spherical.
Okay.
So you go down one end, you come back, and you come back to the other, but it's a side-scroller.
Mm-hmm. Right, but it's
all the levels are spherical.
So they map the world in a circle.
Yeah, no, it's really neat. The same art style as Muramasa.
Is this Halo?
No.
I'm so tired.
No, this is not the Halo ring. Or what is it called? What is it? Did they call it the Halo? No. What do they fucking call it?
It's Dungeon Defender.
The Covenant.
What?
The Covenant?
Pirates? Pirates don't have ships.
Oh. They can't swim.
They can't swim. They can't swim. The pirates can't swim.
What
and they
kind of pirate can't swim?
You know what it's like? It's like Halloween. It's like they're bankers, but they dressed up for pirates for a day. I was kind of hoping, not to go back, but I was kind of hoping, I was kind of hoping Risen 2 would kind of be more like Two Worlds 2, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah.
It had some really good systems, but they're pirates that can't swim, and they don't have boats.
Well, you know what? I bet Hulk Hogan's semen could swim.
Well, they do, so they swim right out of his belly.
Yeah.
What?
They're proficient seamen. What?
Yes, with their ropes.
So wait, why is Risen tied to the same team that did Two Worlds?
No, I don't.
No, but they did.
Why did you think of that?
Because it's Deep Silver, isn't it?
Yeah, they did Dead Island.
And they did Dead Island.
Oh yeah.
No, wait, no, that's not the same people.
Wait,
this is not the same people. These are different people. Hulk Hogan.
What are you talking about? Hulk Hogan.
I'm talking about.
What the fuck is going on?
What is a Hulk Hogan?
I have no idea what's going on anymore. I'm so confused.
So Hulk Hogan can farm, and you get health if he makes you a sausage McMuffin.
Yes, exactly. And that is Odin's sphere.
That is Odin's sphere.
That's Odin's sphere.
when you go to the bathroom and you shit it out, that's the demon blade, Muramasa.
That's the Muramasa demon blade.
I still think there should be a Hogan Sphere game.
Hogan Sphere, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Hogan Sphere. And then he farms for you in his little yellow panties. And he makes you an egg McMuffin. So Odin Sphere, it's a sphere, and it's a fighting game, but you. I'm still trying to.
Okay. Have you seen Muramasa Demon Blade?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay.
It's that.
Okay, except Hulk Hogan's in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway.
Actually, I think Hulk Hogan might be in this game because there's a character that looks exactly like him.
Really?
Yeah. It's the King of the Valkyries.
Can you put it somewhere?
The link?
Yeah, can you put it up on camera?
Well, let me.
You can send me the link. I can put it on camera.
Yeah, let me see if I can find an Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere. It's Odin Sphere. Where's the dude? Where's the dude that looks like Hulk Hogan? Of course, this is Atlas. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, there he is.
Throw that in there. Let's take a look. I want to see just how much he looks like Hulk Hogan.
This is a terrible quality. Let me find a bigger trailer. Why can't you put HD trailers on here on YouTube?
We don't need a trailer. We just need a picture.
All right, let me look him up. I don't even really know what his name is.
Hulk Hogan. The Demon Blade. Odin Sphere.
I'm just finding a bunch of cosplay. That's
Hulk Hogan.
That's not what I want.
Hulk Hogan cosplay?
Oh, Odin.
Oh.
That's his name. Oh, it's Odin.
Well, Hulk Hogan kind of looks like
Hogan.
Odin, right?
Hogan.
Hulk Odin?
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Odin.
Oh, it's Odin with a.
I have such a headache. That's not even funny.
Well, yeah. Well, you overdid it.
I kind of overdid it last night.
So you said you were like Indiana Jones.
I did. I found secret vodka, but apparently the treasure was trapped, and now I'm paying for it.
Exactly.
But you know what I did do last night is I finally saw the Dark Knight Rises, the new Batman movie.
You found it?
No, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw the Dark Knight Rises. Have you guys seen the Dark Knight Rises yet?
No.
You haven't. Neither of you. Well, screw you then. It was pretty good. There's giant plot holes in this movie. Gigantic plot holes.
I've heard that.
Like huge. He leaves at one point, well, I don't want to give you any spoilers. At one point he leaves like a prison in Pakistan, and then in the very next scene he shows up in the streets of Gotham in a blazer. But when he left the prison in his pajamas with no money, and like got back to Gotham in like a day.
Who?
Bruce Wayne.
Well, he's fucking Bruce Wayne. Motherfucker's Bruce
That's
Wayne.
what everyone keeps saying. Everyone's like, well, he's Batman. I'm like, yeah, he's Batman. He's not fucking Doctor Who.
Here's Hulk Hogan.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. Watch, it's a picture. It's a big.
It's like an old Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, no, he's looking like it. Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
There we go in Bob's window. There we.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely an old Hulk Hogan. Very old, but you know.
Yeah, it's Hogan's Sphere.
So Delago is saying Dark Knight Rises had like an hour of scenes cut from it, and it actually
Oh, really? Does it what it feels like?
it feels like that because it's like there's edits. There's really weird edits sometimes in this movie.
Huh.
You know, where things just sort of happen. It's really strange. I'll tell you what, the movie was really good. I could have sat there for another hour watching Batman stuff. No problem.
Well, do you think it's gonna be worth it to just wait for the extended edition?
For you, yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, you're obviously not breaking your legs to get to the theater, so you might as well just wait. You know.
Yeah.
So, are you a fan? Are you a Batman guy?
No. I am Batman.
You are Batman, obviously.
Yeah. No, I really. Yeah.
Excuse me. All right.
It's all right. I enjoyed the movies, but I don't really care that much that I'm gonna go run out and watch it when it first comes out. Obviously, I didn't because it's been out for how fucking long.
I didn't either, but I'll see the extended cut. We'll see. Have you been playing anything else, Jeff? Besides, have we even talked about your game yet? We were talking about Odin Spear and Hulk Hogan. I don't think we really got into Muramasa.
Well, I'll try and give you an elevator pitch. So, 2D, it's kind of like a Metroidvania where it's screen by screen,
Mm-hmm.
and so the whole point is you got swords. You get 3 swords to equip. It's all about swapping between swords. They all do different like specials, and there's like 100 something swords. There's like a lot, and they all supposedly do different specials. So you swapping swords. They can break if you defend too much. If you parry too much with them, they'll break. So there's all these like combo mechanics going into the game where you're swapping swords and balancing the sword act so that you always have your best sword, and your best attack without overusing it, having it break, and then not being able to use it for another 30 seconds,
Right.
So that's really, really, really interesting. The artwork is obviously really, really pretty. For a Wii game, it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays like a fighter. You don't jump with a button. You jump by hitting the stick up, the control stick,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really cool. And there's air dashes, and the combo system just plays a lot like a fighting game. So if you're into fighting games and you're into like 2D side scrollers, like it's a fucking perfect fit, especially if you have a Wii and you don't play it. I don't know if the game's hard to find. I was told through chat that it kind of was, so I'm not sure, but I got a copy, bitches.
Are you really into fighting games? Are you like a fighting game guy?
I played them. I got into them this year. I got a fight stick, and ever since Street Fighter 4 came back out and Blaze Blue, I kind of got back into playing the fighting games.
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's one-on-one in fighting games. You know what I mean? Like if you play somebody, it's you and someone else in skill on the table. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really cool. You know what I mean? That's something that is very unique to the genre, I think, because even in like first-person shooters, knowledge of the level has a lot to do with it too, and not just reacting in the moment like you do in fighting games. Everybody's just reacting and trying to balance luck in that of making sure you're not doing too much and giving your opponent opportunities to get in. So, but that kind of game is it's attractive to me. I like it. So yeah, since the 2D fighter came back, I've been playing them.
Yeah. What's your favorite fighting game?
Right now,
of all time. We go big here at Cocktail Talk.
Of all time, I really like Blaze Blue. Like I really, really like Blaze Blue. just because the design, the character design, like I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but every fucking character in that game is different. I mean, they are completely different. Like it's like learning the game all over again every time you grab a new character. Their specials, their attacks, their timing, it's all different. It's input different. It's all different, and that's super attractive to me because again, it's so diverse that once you find your character and you kind of stick with it, there's that thing where you now have to learn everybody else and learn how they fight and what they do. And because it doesn't have the biggest roster as far as fighters goes, but I think that the way it's designed and balanced, I've never seen that done before. There's no repeat characters.
It seems like it makes up for its lack of roster with making the characters as different as possible.
It definitely does. And it's that thing where there's no repeat roster. Like Street Fighter, there's pretty much 4 sets of characters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A charge character, a Shoryuken character. They all have names for it. I know the fighting fans right now are going to fucking tear me apart in chat because they're going to be like, oh, that's whatever the fuck it's called. But there's really only 4 kind of base mechanics that Street Fighter plays in, and then each character is a little bit different. Like maybe he's got a millisecond faster on this, but weaker on this. They fuck around with it, but it's basically 4 sets. And in BlazBlue, it's not. It's every single character is completely different, and I think that's why it's my favorite because it's so unique and it's so strong in its design that I think it upped every fighting game that has done it in design.
Right. It's really weird. And it's going to sound kind of dumb, but the one main thing that's kept me away from BlazBlue, or some people say BlazBlue, but I don't know which one it is the animations really turn me off because there doesn't seem to be enough frames of animation for the characters. It's very cartoony in that way, and that's sort of seems to mess with my reaction time for that game.
Right.
I don't know if that's just me.
That's the thing, is it moves. It's quick.
But see, it's sort of a weird dichotomy because it moves. The whole game moves fast, but then the animations are kind of jerky. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. It's not. It feels like it's running on 30 frames per second instead of 60.
Yeah, if not, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, everything moves like
jerks.
You don't. Yeah. You don't see every animation. You see and then the dude shoots up. You don't see his whole stride.
Yeah, so that kind of throws me off really, really weirdly. So that's my own thing. Plus, I'm not the best at fighting games. I'm really not. I mean, I grew up on Mortal Kombat, at the arcades and stuff like that. But I never really got into really, really into the Street Fighters and the Tekkens and Soul Caliburs. I did like Soul Calibur, but I never got good at that stuff. So.
Yeah, I grew up in a family of 5, and I was always the worst at those games, so I really was no incentive for me to learn them.
You know what? I find that as a musician, it kind of helps me play those games because it's timing based, and I use the sounds, the character sounds. I use those to cue me into when I should input my inputs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it works that way. That's it. I think it was designed to work that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just makes it a little bit easier. Once I get once I can grasp the timing of how things are supposed to go, I use that to my benefit,
Yeah.
So that's kind of the main reason I kind of like playing fighters.
Right. Cool. Well, let's do this. It's about 9:15. Let's take a quick break. And then we'll come back and, I don't know, talk about more Hulk Hogan or something like that.
Is there news?
Yeah, we'll look at some news, too. We'll see what's going on. So, all right. See you guys in a minute. We'll be right back.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Hey, guys. We are back. Welcome back to Cocktail Time here on Sunday, our 4-player podcast, 4pp.tv. We're going to go over some news, I guess. We're talking about Hulk Hogan some more, right?
Sure.
So I guess one of the biggest things that happened this week was... So it was on live, out of business, in business. Like, are they no longer?
According to them, they're still in business.
It looks like what happened is they're being reformed and bought as a new company, but they laid everybody off. They're still a business, but they laid everyone off. Right?
They're a business with no employees.
They're a business with no employees. Which is sort of the opposite of 4-player, which is employees with no business.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess from stuff that I'm reading and have read, their costs were just astronomical. I think one of them was been quoted as saying that they didn't know how many servers they would need, so they're right off the bat they bought thousands of them.
Oh.
And they didn't buy to upscale. They just bought like as much as they possibly could, And
then had no demand for it.
And then had very little demand. And if you remember, if you remember at E3 and especially at PAX, they had huge booths at the conventions. OnLive had gigantic booths, and people don't realize, maybe not realize this, but having a booth at PAX or E3 is really expensive.
Oh, it's very.
It's astronomically expensive. So I think they just it did what any business is supposed to do, which is just sink your budget into creating the infrastructure and then trying to create the demand. And unfortunately, they just weren't able to do the second thing, which is create demand.
Well, the thing is, I believe they had a stupid model. Their business model was ridiculous. It was basically you can play the game on your TV or your PC, but you have to pay the same price, full price for the game.
Right.
So why wouldn't you just pay full price and play it on your console without any lag? Or why wouldn't you pay full price and play it on your PC without any lag?
So they weren't offered. It wasn't a subscription service.
I believe it was. It was.
They should have made that thing $40 a month, and you can play any of our games that we have.
Oh, yeah, that's the way it should have been, but I don't think it was.
Wow. See, that's how they should
I think you actually had to buy the game.
Oh, see, they should have done it where it was a subscription service, and then you had access to basically their library of games.
Yeah.
That would have taken off like crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, if it would have been play as many games as you want, you just pay flat fee for a month.
A fat fee?
Flat fee for a month.
Flat fee for a month, baby.
The fun flat fee that Hulk Hogan
You're or something.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're good now. Okay. That was a wonderful thing to echo as well. Hulk Hogan, live in your face.
It's one flat fee.
One fat fee, brother.
But yeah, no, we're just having one flat fee for you just pay this amount for a month. You get to play any games, new releases, old releases, don't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the library, that's it.
Yeah.
But that's because of how licensing works and how ridiculously that expensive that is.
Right.
I never saw that really happening.
Yeah.
I think the only way OnLive was actually viable was for people who didn't want to invest in a high-end PC, but were willing to put up with the delay, the lag.
No, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, but not having to upgrade your PC, but I think the chances are they're just too early on this. I really think that if they came back in 5 years and tried the same thing, it might have been moderately more successful. People aren't used to this whole cloud computing thing yet.
Yeah, the thing was, even when you're talking about an individual who doesn't want to upgrade their PC, consoles are good enough now to where there aren't many PC exclusives anymore.
No,
so they would just buy it on their console.
Oh yeah,
unless
if you're a gamer, you have a console.
Unless they're huge graphic cores and want it to look that good.
Right.
But you could do some. They were doing some cool stuff. The whole cloud gaming thing. I think GAAAHBAAAGH is actually getting more popular. GAAAAGH got bought by Sony.
Yes.
Recently, but they were doing some cool stuff where you could actually just play. I played the Mass Effect 3 demo on my browser, and it worked great. Something like that was a really neat idea to be able to go, to any website, like say Microsoft XBLA website, and just off their website play game demos. Is very cool. Or go through Steam, and instead of having to download a demo to play it, I just play it through Steam. That's a great idea. But I don't think online obviously wasn't going there.
No, I think they got it obviously it looked like the market wanted Gaikai, but it didn't really want an on live yet. Now, specifically, you don't want to have to do a subscription. Did it have? It had like a subscription fee on top of paying full price for games.
Really?
I don't know. I
That's
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was
No,
my
will.
impression of the model, like their subscription model. I can't remember because I think as soon as I heard of it, I was just like, this is stupid. Why would I want to? Like as soon as I heard that you had to pay full price for games, I was just completely disinterested because I have consoles, I have a PC that can play games. Why would I want to buy it on another service?
You don't want to pay a subscription. You're already. I mean, don't you want to pay another subscription on top of your on top of your XBLA? That's then on top of your basic internet. You know.
Oh yeah, no, it's just entertainment as a subscription. Yeah, that's.
Do you really think that like the internet speeds that we have can like support that kind of?
Not big.
Even digital distribution to this day still like kind of sucks. Like who wants to buy Darksiders 2 on PSN and wait all day to download a 16 gigabyte file, you know? Right. Like
and then I mean my main argument against that, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of these fucking publishers who like will say, you know, I think we need to go digital because it'll be better for the environment. That's bullshit. That's huge amounts of bullshit. That's like you're strapped down and there's a big fat guy sitting on your chest and he's got a big wooden spoon. That's just he's dipping it in a bowl of shit and he's shoving it in your mouth. That's what these fuckers are doing every time they talk about that. I want to do it because it's for the environment. It'll be better for the environment if we have digital distribution. I care very much for the environment. No, it's not fucking the environment. It's their bottom line. They want to charge you $60 for a game and then not have to have any production quality and not have to do any production costs for punching out the CDs, doing, getting the artwork printed, all that kind of stuff. It's all about that. It has nothing to do with the environment. It's all about them charging you the same amount of money and giving you less. That's what it's about.
I think it also has a lot to do with like resale and having the games like digitally locked down.
There's that too. And that's again a bottom line thing. Yeah.
But
that's what that's all about. But luckily, the good thing is that we are pretty far out from that ever becoming a complete reality because huge swaths of this country are just not connected. We don't have access to really good broadband. Which in some ways is not great, but it's good for us because, they can't shovel this horseshit upon us, like they wanted. But.
And we also get services like Steam that sell games for, they'll have sales that just have these full-priced games selling for 25 to 30% off.
Right.
And I think it would be, well, obviously if you're the publisher and you want to have your game being full price, you're just not going to allow Steam or whatever to do these sales. But obviously, with it becoming easier to self-publish and distribute digitally, it makes it so people who are not big-ass publishers can sell quality titles and develop them, for a fraction of the cost.
You don't really need publishers all that much anymore. The same way you don't really need record companies anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Joseph.
You don't need them anymore. We have internet. I can make a website, put my music up there and go, here, buy these for 99 cents through PayPal.
Right.
I don't need to put out a CD and get 5 cents of a $20 CD and the record company taking the rest. Same thing with publishers and developers. They don't need to put their game out through EA, which then, pretty much makes them a subsidiary of EA. Now the good thing is they're getting that money from EA to make their product, and that's usually why they do it. But with Kickstarter, you don't even need that anymore.
No.
So.
I had something else. If I can throw a topic out here.
Go for it.
So
I'm feeling better now. My headache is going away.
Okay. So Yoshida said that is going to be no PlayStation Vita price cut this year. And I kind of,
this year's almost over.
Yeah, well, I figured the way I looked at it, I thought PS Vita is going to have a price cut for the holidays.
Yeah,
At least the holidays.
they're not gonna.
He's saying no price cut for the holidays.
They're never gonna announce. They're never gonna say there's gonna be a price cut because then no one will buy their system until the price cut hits. So they will never say we're gonna do a price cut in 7 months because then no one will buy a Vita now. They'll wait 7 months.
So do you think? So there's a topic. Do you think there's gonna be a price cut?
I think so. I think before holiday there'll be a price cut.
They need it. I feel like the system needs it.
I think it needs a push. I think they hit their initial sales numbers, is what they were saying. But, you know, 2 things are going on with the Vita. Number one, there haven't been a ton of games. That's about to change. There's a lot of good games starting to come out for the Vita over the next couple of months. So that's going to help the system out. And plus, you know, the holidays. And other thing, I mean, further continued integration between PS3 and the Vita and that kind of thing is going to help support that system even more. So I think. But I do think that there will be a price cut for the holidays. They're just not going to. They will never announce a price cut this far before it happens.
I also think they're doing something where Sony was, if you buy a game on the PS3, you get the PS Vita version.
Yes,
along with it
for free.
For free.
Yeah,
which is the way it should be.
Yeah, which is awesome because and that's also going to be the interconnectivity. They want you to play your game on the PS3, and then if you're done with the game, you're going to go somewhere else and you're going to continue playing it on your Vita. You know, and then go back home and then do the transferring thing. Transferring.
I think that hurts the system in itself, though, because, for example, the only reason I initially wanted a Vita was for sound shapes. Mm-hmm. And then I found out that I don't need a Vita to play sound shapes because I can play it on my PS3.
Yeah,
granted, it doesn't have the tactile input.
Yeah, but now you play sound shapes all the time instead of just on your PS3. You know?
Right.
So I think that does help sell it. Like I would never probably I'm not a big handheld guy, but if I could play pretty much any PS3 game I wanted on the go as well, that would really sell it for me.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not going to be the same fidelity and the quality as on the PS3, but
of course not. I mean, it would really change some things for me as well because I don't play a lot of handhelds. I just don't do it.
No,
I don't find myself in a lot of positions where I would. It depends if I'm taking the bus or a lot of public transit and stuff like that. Because I don't have a car. I live in the city, so I don't really need that. But I don't like playing like first-person shooters or larger scale games on a handheld. For some reason, it just doesn't feel right to me. I prefer like more of the smaller games, the indie games, the Metroidvanias, that kind of thing works for me. However, if I can just use it to continue my playing instead of it being where I play that game, then I could see myself getting into it. Like if I wanted to get through, if I had to, I'm reviewing Sleeping Dogs, right? I'd say I'm playing it at home on whatever system I'm, PS3, and I have to go do something, so I had to take a bus ride across town. That's awesome for me to be able to continue playing that game, away from my little home center of operations, just to get in that time to try to finish this game so I can review it. I mean, it has. I think that's a really good idea, and that would actually change the way I look at this whole thing. Because other than that, why the fuck would you play a first-person shooter on a handheld? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I think with any of the first-person games, the problems is with a handheld, you don't have the screen view as you would with a console or a PC. Like that, those first-person games are kind of banking on the fact that because they're first-person, they are more drawing you into the game, and you can't get drawn in when you have a fucking little screen like this big.
Yeah.
You need something that's a much wider view that actually takes up more of your viewport in your eyes, so you can actually see more of the environment.
Exactly.
And that I can't, like, I can see something that's much more like a strategy type game, like it's something that's top down view or like a side scroller. But if it's first person, no fucking way, I wouldn't get into it if it was on a handheld.
Like Valkyria Chronicles, perfect game for a handheld. Yeah, perfect
absolutely.
Game for a handheld. Civilization, another perfect game for a handheld. So Alpha Centauri, but no one's. Can they remake Alpha Centauri already? How come that was only one game?
Yeah, and put it on the iPad.
Or whatever, but there's 5 fucking civilizations. They can't do another Alpha Centauri. Come on.
People don't want space sims.
They only need one.
What do you mean people don't want space sims?
They just haven't really been that wildly popular. I mean, aside from EVE Online, that's it.
Yeah, and that's not even a space sim. That's just
No.
That's a space business sim.
Yeah, it's a space job.
It's a space job. It's a space job. I'm gonna go out and get myself a space job. One of them job the immigrants haven't stolen yet from us. Space jobs. Heard you can have a mohawk and still have one of them space jobs.
Is it? What, you guys know what comes out next week?
Video games.
Video games of sorts.
It's the end of
Madden.
Fuck. Madden. Not much.
Yeah, next week's kind of dead. It's like Madden and there's a golf game, I think, and then Hulk's Climax Racing is not out next week.
Yeah,
Hulk's,
no.
It was really disappointing. The wait for that, I thought the wait for Skyrim was going to be was tough. The wait for Hulk's Climax Racing is.
Well, they're building up the anticipation. There's a little bit of foreplay.
It's called the sexual tension, so to speak. Someone said the Ratchet and Clank trilogy is coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right. The remake out for the PS3.
Yeah.
God, just imagine next weekend we're gonna be talking about our plans for PAX.
Yeah, it's a 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks from actually 1 week from this Friday.
1 week from this Friday. It's past Friday. It's Friday coming out.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So we're gonna have plans for PAX. People at home. I mean, it's gonna be good. We're gonna have 2 cameras. We're gonna have a lot more video footage, a lot better looking video footage. I think our coverage is gonna be quite good this year. And we'll have our own.
We'll try to get the community meetup done. We'll get the information posted this week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to get that done. Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, by Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
It'll probably be. I don't know when we'll do the community meetup. We'll talk about that. We have to figure that whole thing out. So, but it's good. It's going to be a lot of fun. So PAX is one of my favorite times of year, besides E3. So
I already been to PAX this year, bitch.
Yeah, Mr. PAX Boston, Mr. PAX Boston over there.
It's garbage.
Yeah, this will be my second one. Second one? Jesus Christ, I'm just like fucking up talking the entire time.
What?
I can't talk anymore.
No, you're done.
No.
Are you done? Any other news you want to bring up, Jeff?
No.
We discussed a couple of things, but okay. Well, I think you guys want to wrap this up, wrap this baby up, put this baby to bed.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you want to talk about my dreams I had.
Oh, what dream did you have?
Well, I woke up this morning incredibly confused because I had this really vivid dream of my mother smearing ketchup and mustard into my twin brother's receding hairline, and in order to help encourage the growth. I think she also applied some relish too. Either she was trying to make him into a hot dog, or she was trying to encourage his hair growth. But then, like, this was like immediately right before we were gonna do we were playing soccer with a cheese wedge. And the soccer match was sponsored by Propecia.
What's Propecia?
I have no idea.
Propecia. That's some shit that grows your hair, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so but it's actually their secret formula is actually ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. Apparently, there's some kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Have I talked about like how? I must have talked about how I go crazy at night, right?
No, we haven't heard this.
Well, that my brain doesn't produce the right chemical that paralyzes your body.
No, what?
Oh my
really?
God! So you walk and shit?
I don't walk. I attack.
You lie. You fucking walk.
No.
So what do you attack? What do you?
Seriously, I've never talked about this before.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So apparently it's genetic because my grandfather was known to do this as well.
Right.
You didn't startle him awake because he would be liable to punch you.
Huh.
I don't beat Tara. I've never actually attacked Tara directly, but I have trampled over her. Because I was trying to attack the curtains that were threatening. So
What were threatening about the curtains? Was there?
I don't know. I was asleep at the time.
Was there wind coming in and?
No, they were there. They were there.
That would be like were they brushing against you? Like what made you just attack the curtains off?
So I'm usually during these kind of periods, I'm entirely.
We usually call them
unconscious.
episodes. Is what we call them. Episodes.
Yes, episodes. During this episode of these fits of
It's fits. Yes.
of night terrors, I guess is a kind of a relatively close term of it. It's like it goes both ways. Like where I kind of wake up, I open my eyes and I look around the room, and because I wear glasses, my night vision sucks. Like just for some reason, because I can't see sharp edges. So I think this actually makes it worse. So like I'll kind of roll over in bed. I'm still kind of asleep, but my body will be awake. I'll open up my eyes and I'll see the curtains, and then I go into attack mode. I'll just throw off the covers, run over to the curtains, and then try to attack them. Or I've had episodes where I'll get up out of bed, run over to I had a bicycle in my room, a mountain bike in my room. I ran over to the mountain bike, grabbed the bike, like I shoved my hands into the gears and everything, so I ended up like cutting my hands pretty badly. But I was asleep, so it didn't matter. I like grabbed the bike and I threw it across the room. And then I woke up standing over my bike with my hands bleeding, going like, "What the fuck just happened? Like, why is my bike on my floor and why are my hands hurt?"
Is this why when you were coming for PAX, like you never even asked to stay with me? You were just like, "I'm just getting a hotel."
Exactly. No. With great power comes great responsibility. So I need to make sure that I don't harm anyone else with my powers.
Oh. Do you and Tara have like 1950s like twin beds where they're
No.
separated
Usually,
by a barbed wire fence to keep you in?
so the trick is like
Get in your kettle, Bob. Get in your cage. I don't want to get in your cage, boy. Boy, into the cage.
No, I didn't attack anyone sci-fi when I was staying at your place. Usually it happens when I'm really stressed out or anxious.
Okay.
Like I've noticed that it happens more often then.
Right.
But it's usually like when I'm sleeping with someone, I don't attack them.
Okay, well
Because I expect them to be there.
okay, because you know about that. So.
But I've done things where like I'll usually normal thing is I'll wake up and turn on the light, which pisses Tara off to no end, because I'll be sitting straight up in bed and the light's turned on. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? It's like 3 a.m. I don't know. I turn off the light and go back to bed, and I don't even remember it.
You would scare.
I'm asleep through the entire thing.
You would scare the shit out of me. I would fucking kill you.
It makes it exciting. I once had one thing where I was sleeping with a lady, and I had a dream that I was fighting with somebody, and I was choking them, and then I woke up and I was choking the lady I was in bed with, and I immediately stopped. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be choking you there. This is a long time ago. This is way back.
And then what he's leaving out is, and then she told him, "I like it," and
Yeah.
that's when he went down that road.
She probably would have actually. She was kind of like that. So.
Yeah. No, I definitely had a relationship that ended when she wanted me to punch her in the face.
I once had this dream that like I was fucking a skull on the internet, and my mother saw it, and she was like,
right.
and then I never
boy did I raise.
It's garbage.
Oh God. All right, guys. I think it's a good point to wrap it up. So anyway, thanks Bob and thanks Jeff for coming out tonight. Thanks everyone over at 4pp.tv for watching at home. Make sure you check out our main website, 4playerpodcast.com. And if you're watching on 4pp.tv, subscribe to us on Twitch. It's very cool. You'll get nice little things in front of your name, and we would love you forever. It actually really helps us it really helps us out, because we actually don't really make much money from ads that we run every once in a while. Subscribing really helps us out. So we appreciate those who do that with us. And I mentioned it before, but we're going to be discussing subscriber benefits down the line. So if you do subscribe, we won't ever lock content away from people who don't subscribe, but we're going to be looking at things like early access to things like our podcasts and whatnot for subscribers. So thanks for those people who do that. Really appreciate it. Read our stuff, and new website coming soon. So look for that over at 4playerpodcast.com. All right, guys, you have a good night, and I'll check you later.
Good night.
Ludicrous speed.